Welcome back for another weekly flow where we're working on your mobility, helping you to create those little breaks throughout the day to just give back to your body and feel good. So we're going to begin, and this flow is going to be mostly from a downward dog, moving through different positions to target your whole body. We're going to start in a tabletop. Have a bit of a wiggle while you're here. Stretch your toes by hooking them, sending your bum back towards your heels. Maybe even stretch your wrists at the same time. You can have your hands closer to your knees, further away to increase that stretch. And just have a bit of a wiggle side to side, forwards and back, open it up. Maybe the backs of your hands too, one at a time. And then back to your tabletop where you're going to hook the toes, lift the hips and take your head through your shoulders. You can keep your knees bent. So opening into the shoulders and the chest here. If we start to take that into the legs a bit more, maybe start to straighten through one leg to where you can, rebend it, and then the other. And just take your heels to where you can. It doesn't matter if they won't touch the floor. Just feel that stretch into the ankles, calves, and hamstrings. Maybe both together. Just keep breathing in through your nose and out of your nose or out of your mouth. And then lower your knees towards the floor, stretching into the feet, taking your hands, reaching them forwards, maybe even lifting into puppy pose where we're taking the chest towards the ground, hips on top of the knees. And then bring it back into your downward dog. Lift up to the tiptoes, lower the knees down, maybe slide the hands forward again, chest towards the ground, eyes forward, or take your head towards the mat. Just feel that stretch into the chest. Back to downward dog. Do that one more time. Raise up onto your tiptoes, lower your knees towards the ground, slide your hands forward, open your chest. Back to downward dog. From downward dog, raise one leg up, and if this is too much, do it from tabletop with your knees on the floor. Bend the top leg, circle through that hip. Go for about 3 circles one way, 3 the other. If you're in tabletop, bend the knee, circle 3 times one way, 3 times the other way. Straighten that leg up, take it down, do the same on the other side. Downward dog or tabletop, bend the knee, 3 circles going one way, 3 the other. Straighten that leg, take the foot down. We're going to switch back to the other side and step the foot up outside the hands. Do that in 1 or as many steps as you need to. And then from here, the back knee can lower. We're going to reach the inside arm up, adding a twist. Bring it down, go back to downward dog. And switch. Back knee can lower, top arm reaches up. Feel that stretch into your hip flexors and also into the mid-back. One more on the other side. Back into your downward dog. If at any point you need to rest, just lower your knees to the mat. Raise one leg up in the air, bend the knee, step your foot between your hands. You can use yoga blocks. I've got 2. Support your hands on those. Feel the back hips opening. So feel that stretch into your hip flexors. We can then send the hips back, pull the front toes up, and just move back and forth on this first one. So bending, extending the knee. You don't have to use blocks. You could have your hands on your hips. You could also hook your back toes. And as you go into the hamstrings here, gently push the heel down and really hinge at your hips rather than rounding. And in the hips here, squeeze your glutes. Lengthen through the front of the body. We're going to take it back to downward dog from here. Make that a little bit more active. So press back to downward dog. Same leg, steps through into a lunge. See if you can lift your chest this time. So you can do the first variation with the yoga blocks, or you can take it here. We're in this lunge. Tuck your tailbone under, slight bend in the back knee if you need it. If you're a bit more flexible in the hip flexors, you might be able to straighten that now. The front knee can be slightly behind the ankle, or you can stack it, do what feels good. We're gonna go back to downward dog. Switch to the other leg. Draw the knee in, step it between the hands, use your blocks again. And we'll just rock back and forth, hips to hamstrings, focusing on lengthening through the hip here. Back toes can be hooked. And when you're in the hamstrings, gently pushing that heel down, but trying to hinge rather than round. Tilt your pelvis forwards and just keep moving back and forth. You could have your hands on your hips. And then from there, go back to downward dog. Same side, again, raise the leg up, footsteps through, go back into the lunge, or back to the variation we just did. Tuck your tailbone under, back knee can be slightly bent, working to straighten this over time. I feel quite a lot of tension here in my hips. I feel like I get a better stretch if I can tuck the tailbone. Feel about that, think about that hip pressing open rather than sinking into it and arching my back. We're now just going to alternate side to side. So go back to downward dog. Raise one leg up, the other side, step it through into that lunge and raise your arms up. Back to downward dog and switch, other side. Just keep alternating. And go back to downward dog. Have a wiggle, breathe. All we're going to do is come to the middle of the mat, curl up, take yourself into a wide stance, nice and wide with the feet. And then from there, push your hips back, hinge slightly, and just bend and straighten one leg. So one knee bends, the other one straightens. You could bring your hands to the ground. You could use blocks, and just side to side. Working into those inner thighs, into the adductors, into a variation of a Cossack squat, which we can make a little bit harder by going all the way across into your Cossack, maybe lifting your heel. Hips can lift high in the middle, or challenge it, see if you can keep your hips low as you alternate from side to side. On your next one, bring yourself across and go back to downward dog. Lift up onto your tiptoes, lower your knees to the ground. Coming into a kneeling position. What we're going to do from here is gently bring your hands behind you, squeeze your bum, lift your hips, stretching into the front of your hips. You could also have blocks behind you for this. Put your hands on top of the blocks, press the hips up, open the chest. And you can just move in and out of it. Lower your bum down. Lift your hips up. You should feel that stretch through the front of the hips as you engage the glutes. This feels okay, and you can go a little bit further. Obviously, hands can be on the ground here. Or you could bring yourself down lower, like say onto the forearms, tucking your bum under. Find a variation that works for you. I'm just going to be here for another 30 seconds. So breathe, keep getting that stretch into the front of your hips. Keep pressing your hips up, tucking your bum under. And then gently bring yourself up. You can lie down, maybe even go into a bit of a pigeon stretch. One foot over the top of the other thigh. The knee can gently draw open, or you can draw the legs towards you. then switch. Stay there as long as you like. Thanks for joining me for another movement flow. I hope you feel good for that one. Leave me a comment below, let me know how you got on. Please like and subscribe to this channel. And if you have any requests, pop them in the comments below. I'll see you for the next flow.